I'm here today with Randy Taylor. Now, Randy is with the Original Church of God, and through this, he has had an opportunity to visit Liberia, and we listened to him speak at a Rotary function a week or so ago, and it was just amazing to me, the project that they took on. And I wanted to welcome you to our little show here today, and I want you to explain to us a little bit about how you got involved with this project.
Well, about 3 years ago, I was contacted by Nelson Boba from Liberia, and he contacted us through our website, and so we started working with him, and we set up a ministry there. We set it up in Monrovia, Liberia, and then from there we just went on and started doing other work. We started working with an orphanage, and we now have 2 orphanages in Liberia, and we've got 3 churches over there. And we started with that, and so time came that somebody needed to go, and so I was the one that went. You
were the one that got selected. Now, what was the main function? I understand that there was a well that you were critical in helping them get.
Right. Well, to start out with, I just went for a convention. Our convention was in a town called Pulaski town, which is 200 miles from Monrovia, 150 miles from Buchanan, which was about 150 miles back in the bush.
Wow.
We were the only ministry in that town, and we got back there and we had a convention, and of course before I went they warned me not to drink the water.
Right.
And they had a well in the town back before the Civil War over there, and I'm not sure whether somebody dropped a hand grenade in it or whatever, but it destroyed the well, and they were getting their water out of the creek. And so I asked them if I could go with them one day, and so we went to the creek, and I videoed them at the creek, and actually where they were getting their water and how they got it and how they brought it back and everything. And the whole town drank out of this creek. They're the last town on the creek. If you go back any further, you get into another country, I think.
Wow.
And but they were drinking this water, and it was muddy water and smelled bad. And so I asked them about the well, and we got to talk to the city elders, and so I volunteered that we would dig a well in Pulaski town. And so we're in the process of that now. I'm not sure exactly where we're at on it. I do know the pump has been bought, the concrete's been bought, and they started digging a well, and it hit a rock and didn't get to go deep enough, and so they were building another one. And so this week I'll know more about exactly where that well is.
Right.
But it's already bought, paid for, and we're just waiting to get water out of it.
Absolutely. So tell me about the feel. What was it like? How did they receive you when you came there? Were they very friendly and welcoming?
Yes, they were real friendly. When I came into Monrovia. Monrovia is a large town, probably 2 million people.
Wow.
And but they're very poor, and a lot of I guess a lot of filth and everything in that town, a lot of gangs and so on. But even there, they received me pretty well. Got a little nervous a time or two in Monrovia, but I had bodyguards all the time I was there.
Okay.
And but when we went to Pulaski, it was a total different atmosphere. They opened the doors to me, welcomed me with open arms. They treated me like I was a king. I mean, they waited on me hand and foot, did everything I wanted, wouldn't let me do anything, any kind of work or anything. They just, when I start doing something, they bring a chair and tell me to sit down.
Oh my goodness.
But it was a very, very good trip. I was very welcome, very primitive, no electricity, no running water. I lived in a mud house with dirt floors, but it was comfortable.
So how about the cuisine now? You had some experiences with the different foods that you had to eat.
Well, that was a horse of a different color.
Probably literally.
I know we did eat lizard. We did eat chicken. We did eat rice. And what else as far as that, I don't know what we ate. But I ate some of all of it. I didn't eat a lot of any of it. But it was satisfactory whenever they started bringing me pineapples and bananas.
Okay, and they were in abundance there.
They were in
right?
abundance, yes.
Okay. Now, is this like, do they farm? Do they farm for their food?
Yes.
Or what do they, is
Yes.
that the, okay,
Yes.
okay.
They have a plant they call catawba, which they eat the roots and they eat the leaves. And they eat a lot of that, and they put it in different ways. They grate it like you would coconut, or they'll bake it like you would a potato. They cook it whole, and they cook it every way.
Every which way, huh?
And a lot of soup. They used it in a lot of soup.
Right.
And but then I don't know what other vegetables are like that they grow, but most of them I never heard of.
Right.
But they do have pineapple, a lot of bananas, and they were very good.
That's good.
I don't know whether they were so good, or whether it was just I was needing something.
You were really needing something really good. Oh my! Now you said with the children, they were very they like to do athletic type things.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed, and you brought along some equipment for them.
Football. We call it
Soccer.
soccer. Most everybody does calls it soccer. But they call it football over there. The bishop over there had been, when he would come to Bolowee Town, he would bring a soccer ball with him, and they would go out on the ball field and play. But when he left, he always took it back with him because it was the only one he had. And so when we went, I took 8 soccer balls, and in Bolowee we left 2 for them. And they had 2 separate teams, and we left one with each team, and they was tickled to death.
Oh, I bet they were.
They was
That's
having a
wonderful.
ball.
Now you were saying that the children there seemed to be doing fairly well. They were clothed nicely,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like a lot of the pictures and things that you
Right.
see. They were taken care of by others who have obviously stepped in to help
There's
too.
excuse me, clothing over there is in abundance. There's a lot of ministries ship clothing to Liberia, and then in return it gets all throughout the country. Where we were, they didn't have as nice of clothes as they did in Monrovia, but they were still dressed. And food they ate. There were no heavy set people over there, but they ate well according to their standards.
But you lost a few pounds when you were over there.
I lost 15 pounds.
Oh my goodness. Not exactly the diet plan that
No.
everyone should go on, though, right? Okay.
But you can lose weight if you want to go on a mission trip.
Sure. Well, goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Now, if they want any information about the mission work that you all do, can they contact you?
Yes, you can contact me. Best way to be, contact me at Trinity Worship Center. It's 128 Chestnut Street. The phone number there is 931-363-8200. My cell phone is 931-309-8518. You can contact me or contact the church, either one, and we'll be glad to go over everything with you.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.